Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the Cloupor Mini 30 watt. The fine folks at CigaBuy sent me this unit for review. They sell it for $31.82. It took about 3 weeks to get here. Not too shabby. So let's take a close look. I'm really a big fan of these mini powerhouses that they're coming out with. This is what I would consider a everyday or EDC, everyday carry, Sub-Ohm APV, which is an advanced personal vaporizer, or a mod. But it's just awesome that you can get a unit this size that's 30 watts. I have it set to 25 watts. I've been using this for a couple of days now, and I am in love with it. You know, you can carry around a giant freaking thing like this, and it is awesome, don't get me wrong. It is one of my favorite. The problem is carrying something this big is not very practical. For real, it's just not too practical. You know, when you're vaping in your car and running around and everything, and you got a giant freaking box in your hand, it's kind of crazy, if you ask me, at least for me. Some people, hey, that's what they want, that's fine. I like to have that power, albeit it's not the power of the T8, but this Cloupor Mini can go up to 30 watts in this little unit. Just a little comparison here. Here's the eye stick. You can see it's about the same height, about the same width, thickness. Let's turn it around that way. Pretty similar in specs there. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and run down the specs really quick. This is 3 inches tall. It's 9 ounces without the battery. Now, with the battery, let's do something a little realistic here. I'm going to go ahead and get my scale out here, and I'll go ahead and turn it on and let it zeroize. I'm going to go ahead and put the Aspire Atlantis on here, because that's what I'm going to be vaping with. That's what I have been vaping on this, and that's what, you know, just a good setup that I like. So let's see what that would weigh. Had the 18650 battery in here also already. Okay, so realistically 7.78 ounces right there. So 8 ounces, pretty nice. Set up there. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and turn that off. It's actually lighter than I actually was thinking, because it was being listed as 9 ounces without anything, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe my scale is bad. Okay, so one of the really neat things here as we go down the specs is like the eye stick, which is something comparable size, battery not removable. And also, this thing only goes up to 15 watts. Cloupor Mini goes up to 30 watts, has a removable 18650 battery. I have a 35 amp here. You could put batteries that are not, you know, excellent batteries, because you get the battery protection built in to the circuitry of the unit. Now, I'm not saying get cheap, really cheap batteries. You know, I'd recommend at a minimum the eFest. They're pretty good. Anyway, real easy to take the battery in and out of this unit. You just pull this little ribbon. They have a ribbon here, and you see there's like a little plus sign, minus sign right there. So you just go ahead and find the plus sign on your 1860 battery, pop it in there, and push it in. By the way, before I put this battery in, I want to show you something else that's kind of interesting, because I've watched some videos and there people say the weirdest things about this hole down here. On the bottom you have a micro USB for charging, so you could do a charging internally in this device without having to have a separate charger for your battery if you're on the road or on the move. But people are saying, oh, this here must be a reset button, or it must be for software loading, or I don't know what people are thinking. This is merely a vent hole. It's kind of weird that the contact is sort of, you know, the negative contact is right over that hole. So it sort of makes it look like it's something, but it's not. it's just merely a vent hole as far as I could tell, but it's definitely not to do anything or reset it or load software or anything like that. Anyway, when you put the battery in, you just put the ribbon over there like this. Put the battery in there, and then you can use this ribbon to easily pull out the battery. These two buttons right here, they're not buttons. They're magnets. And you got the Cloupor authentic little sticker there. This is an authentic Cloupor Mini from CigaBuy for the amazing low price of $31.82. I will put the link below for your convenience. So anyway, you can see there's some magnets there also, and they sort of, so I guess these are, one is set up as negatives, one's set up positive, and they attract, boop, just like that. Holds it on real good, not coming off. To take it, the cover off, you push down on it, or you could just pry with the little nail nick right there, just pry it off. The only bad thing about this whole setup, because I really like the magnetic, I like that you don't have to mess with screws, is it does move a little bit back and forth if you force it. Personally, don't care. It's pretty good. It's a solid unit. It feels like a brick in your hand, a nice little brick. Really, really nice. Other things, the 18650 battery that you saw in here is not included. This is a variable voltage or variable wattage. You could switch between the two. It gives you your vaping time when you press the fire button. Counts up, see? And it will go up to 15 seconds. Then it will cut off. It's a limit protection. Output voltage is between 3.6 and 7 volts. Maximum output is 10 amps. This can you can put a sub-ohm coil on here. This is one of the things I love about this. You could go down to 0.45 ohms and go as high as 3 ohms. Let's see. Adjustable 5-10 pin right down in there. It's kind of disappointing that it doesn't have a spring-loaded pin. I would love if all the manufacturers put a spring-loaded pin in there. I hate these, and by the way, this is not reverse threaded, so if you start turning and it hits there, it'll start spinning with this, and then it'll undo. Well, you know, there's some complications with this type of setup. It hasn't caused me any problems, but again, all of that could have been alleviated if they just put a spring-loaded pin in there. Alright, ohm readings are calculated and displayed on the DNA-like display that everybody's using these days. So you can see I have a 5.7 or 0.57 ohm coil on there. The voltage, it's not constantly monitored, so you only can see it when you press. So when I press it, you can see it delivered 5.79 volts. I have it set to 25.1 watts. Again, you could switch those modes. I'll go ahead and go through the operating system here very, very shortly. This unit has all kinds of protection. You know, you have that limiting protection. You have the reverse battery protection. There is an overheating protection. Pretty good. You also have right and left modes. I'll show you how to change those modes so you can flip the display easily. And we already went over the magnetic cover. We'll go over what's in this box here next. You do have some lockouts. You could lock it out so the voltage or wattage won't change depending on what mode you're in. You also could lock this thing out so it doesn't fire in your pocket or purse or whatever. There's also an overcharge protection because again you could charge this unit directly. You don't have to take the battery out and charge it separately. Also, this unit comes in black and silver. So what do you get in the box? Here's the box. This little dot up here indicates that this is the silver. If it were black, you'd have the black. Got the authentic scratch and sniff Cloupor sticker right there. This is a pass-through capable unit, by the way. Huh, I didn't see that anywhere else. So there's all that. Of course, it's made in China. Let's see, what do we have in here? Nice foam cover there. You have a nice little felt thing to keep your Cloupor Mini clean, or you can put your Lucky Stones in there, whatever you want. You got a card, and you get the manual, instructions, things like that. You get a USB charger thing. I don't like these, by the way. I would never use it personally. You get the little Phillips screwdriver to adjust your 510 pin if you like. That comes with a lot of units these days, that exact blue one. And in here, they give you free candy. Just kidding. Why would they give you candy with it? Alright, first of all, they don't make this easy to open, but when you do pry it open and break it out, you get some extra magnets and you get some extra 510 screws, so if you do lose them for some reason, you have some replacements. And you're like, why do they put magnets in there? Well, sometimes the glue that holds these magnets in, because it is glue, will give up, and then, you know, you might have to replace the magnets, so they give you some extra ones. So that's nice. That's nice that they did that. So let's go over the operation of this unit. To lock it out, like right now it's on, so 5 presses on the fire button and now the unit is off. 5 presses the power button and now the unit turns on, gives you a little song and dance and lets you know what it is, and it's on. To adjust whatever wattage or voltage, depending on what mode you're in, you have the up button, you have the down button. You can press and hold it, it'll go faster. You know the drill. Now if you want to change modes, let's say I want to go into variable voltage mode instead of variable wattage mode, you just press the fire button and the down button as so at the same time, and ta-da, I am in voltage mode, and then I can change by volts. Press and do that deal again, and it changed modes back to the wattage mode right there. Let me get it back up to 25 watts. I already showed you the lock. You could lock this out so these buttons don't inadvertently get hit and change what you have set. If you hold both of these buttons down at the same time, like this, it's going to lock. So now if I try to push it, you can see it says that the power, what does it say, power locked, hold up, down. So if I want to unlock it, you press and hold it and it will now be set free. And then to turn the unit off, again 5 presses on the fire button and it will be locked. So that's the whole operating system and all the inner workings. Again, if you charge with the charger, you'll see the little battery thing go up and down, and it'll let you know that it is charging. So let's go ahead and try this out. Now again, I've been using this for almost a week and I am in love with it, no secret. I'm in love with it. It's my favorite little APV. Now in this test I will be utilizing my Aspire Atlantis Sub-Ohm 0.5 on there. Actually it's indicating 0.57 ohms, and it's not a new coil, it's been in there for a while, so vapor production may vary. Also, I'm not using the best juice. I just felt like a tobacco juice lately, just craving tobacco, so I broke out an old school smoke juice, and Johnson Creek, the original, JC original. This stuff is really, really good. For those of you like VG, you don't want this, because this is PG juice. So it's very thin, not really great on vapor, but it has an awesome flavor. And it's what I started vaping with right there, because I started out blue, little blue Cigalites, and then I looked up what juice blue uses, found out it was Johnson Creek, so I went and tried their original, and that is the first juice I've ever vaped. You should do me a favor, I'm just curious, what was the first juice you ever vaped? That would be it'd be interesting just to see that. That would be cool. Go ahead and put that in the comments below. But Johnson Creek original, this is Zero Nick. That's what I vape. Alright, making this freaking video long. It's going to be long, I apologize, it's just what I do. But some people enjoy it because they listen to, I guess, how mellow I am and use my videos to fall asleep. Some people drink every time I pronounce something wrong, so I'm glad my video serves a dual purpose. Alright. flavor, taste, vapor production, it would be a lot better, of course, if it was VG and a new coil. But, you know, this is the real world. We don't always vape the best use with the optimum coil. But 25 watts, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get a little brave, crank this up to 30 watts, and do my patented one nostril exhale. Yum. I get moisture dripping out of my nose, and now I'm wiping snot over the camera. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm loving this. Now anyway, I'm going to go ahead and lower it back down to 25, because for me, I get what I need for 25, so why put it up at 30 and deplete my battery quicker? It just makes sense to lower it, and I'm happy at 25. So I have some pros and cons written right here on my little Lilliput monitor. Pros: small, powerful, great price, and charges internally. You don't have to use an external battery charger. I love it. I love it. However, if you do want to take the battery out, you can. So you have a lot of flexibility in this little teeny unit. Cons. The thing can take long to wake up. When this goes to sleep, like eventually this will go blank and the unit goes to sleep. When you press the fire button, there is a 0.8 second delay before it will fire. So you'll press the button and nothing will happen for almost a second, and then finally you'll wake up and start heating up the coil. A little aggravating. Some people will find that not tolerable at all and get fed up with it. So just realize it's there. So as you're getting ready to vape, sort of tap the button to wake it up, and then go ahead and start and vape. I don't have any issues with it. Once you know what's going on and know how it works, you can easily work around that deficiency. But it is a con. Don't know why it does that. Second con, I hate the pin. 510 pin, you got to adjust it. I'm thankful it's adjustable, but I would have liked it even more if the thing was spring-loaded and self-adjusted and makes life easy. And now for the biggest con, or possible con. There has been a lot of buzz on the interwebs about these things catching on fire. Now, apparently, a little bit later, Cloupor came out and said there was a batch with a problem. So they've identified the batch and they've corrected the problem. They said it was a bad chip, computer chip, whatever, doing its thing in there, not doing it correctly, and evidently making these things catch on fire. I've been using this all week, no problem. You could do a self-test with this. What you could do is you could go ahead and press that button for 15, turn it up all the way up to 30 watts. Just make sure you got a coil that can handle it, and then press and hold it for the 15 seconds and make sure it does the automatic cutoff. If everything works fine, you're good to go. If the thing bursts into flames, put your hand out and put the unit out, and don't use it anymore, and contact Cloupor. Tell them you got a defective unit, and I'm sure they'll replace it. So I think that's everything that I have here. So again, CigaBuy, thank you very much for providing this unit for me for review. I am in love with it. This is the way I'm going to keep in my car now. It is going to replace my little iStick, because now I'll be able to Sub-Ohm in a nice small package, and I really do like this unit a lot. I'm going to take one more vape here before we put this video in the can. It's like my own little smoke screen. I could sneak out and you wouldn't even know I'm gone when the video ended. Alright, well thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. And I hope you have a great day. Take care.